What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Jeremy Brand here, MMAsucker.com, your source for news, rumors, interviews, previews, obviously predictions, and that's what we're getting to today. Predictions for this weekend's ADCC 2022. If you don't know what it is because you're an MMA fan, you better find out. FlowGrappling.com. ADCC is the pinnacle grappling competition, and we have it underway this weekend. We'll get to the preview, but before we do that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that button, click the bell, notifications. Get over on it. MMA Sucker YouTube channel is blowing up. We got shorts, we got interviews, we got videos, and as I said, we've got previews, which we're going to go over right now, and we will kick it off with the men's 66 kg division. Lots of notable names in this division. The man that's the favorite is obviously Garry Tonon, dropping down a weight class, cutting down from 77 kilograms to 66 kilograms for the first time, and he'll try to get ADCC gold. It's a crown that he wants, it's a crown that he needs, and he'll hope to have it. Among him are some youngsters. Obviously, Cole Abate is on the list. This guy is an absolute monster, and he came in first in the North American trials. He's a beast. He goes after it, much like Garry, hunting for the win. Hunting. And he could get it done. Who knows? This division, as we said, is stacked. 66 kilograms. Keep it here. Keep it locked. Another guy that we got to look at is Kennedy Maciel. Whoo! Man, another fun one. All these guys, the thing with the 66 kgs, the 16 competitors, they're all going to be hunting for victories, as are most of these ADCC guys. But as we get up into the heavier weight divisions, the hunt for the finish is less prevalent. And the less flashy you are, the less highlight reels you're going to get. So with these 66 kg guys, you know they're going to be active. You know they're going to be moving. And you know they're going to be going after it. So those are the three guys that are 1, 2, 3 in these rankings. But a guy you got to look out for is Josh Cisneros, who has been looking on fire as of late, as has Ethan Krellinston from Canada, but he trains down at New Wave, and he's a guy that, despite being an underdog, could come out of this one on top. If I'm going to lay down my prediction like I said I would, I'd have to go with Garry Tonon in this one, and as a slight, maybe, chance, Cole Abate could do it as well. So those are my two. I'm going to take two predictions. I said I was only going to do one, but there you have it. There's two. Moving on up, 77 kilograms. Obviously, the 2019 ADCC champion, JT Torres, seems like a guy who hangs around at the top of the division for many, many years, and he's also the favorite again in this one. I believe if you're looking at bets, he sits at a plus 125 to win the entire division. Right below him is another youngster who everybody needs to keep an eye on, and that's Mika Galvao. He's been putting the world on fire, and he's been winning everything. He seems like he competes every single weekend, but he's a guy that we need to keep our eyes on. And then obviously moving down the list, we got guys like Lachlan Giles, Nicky Ryan, Dante Leon, Oliver Taza, a couple Canadians on this list, and then we have, you know, one of the Rotolo brothers, Cade Rotolo, William Tackett, Roberto Jimenez. This division is stacked as well. It could go to anybody, but you got to go with the favorite, JT Torres, in this division. You let me know who you're picking, because again, 77 kilograms is also stacked. We can move our way down to the 88 kilogram, or up, I guess, to the 88 kilogram division. The favorite in this one, and I was actually a little shocked when I looked at this, plus 125 favorite is Mateus Diniz, and he's not a guy, I don't think I've seen him compete a hell of a lot this year, but he's a guy coming into this one, as you say, the favorite. Below him at plus 160 is Lucas Barbosa, obviously always a favorite in these ADCC fashion contests. Then we have Tai Rotolo, who could come out of nowhere, and I actually put him at the top of my list. I think, in my eyes, he should be the favorite in this division just because of the flashiness, because of the wheelhouse that he has, and he's always constantly putting himself and others in danger. And that's where it could come into play to haunt him, is that he puts himself a little bit out of position at times. Slightly down the list at a plus 550 is Isaac Mitchell. And he's a guy who I think could look to go into the finals. He could be in the top two of this division. But if I'm going to pick one, I'm not going to go with the favorite Mateus Diniz on the betting odds. I'm going to go with Tai Rotolo for this division. 88 kilograms. Tai Rotolo is my pick. Let me know down in the comment section who you have for this division. It'd be cool if we got the comment section busting a move and you guys picking your winners of who you think will take the cake in the ADCC. Move up to 99 kilograms. We've got, obviously, the favorite in the 99 kilogram division is Kenan Duarte. Plus 130. Below him, Yuri Samos. And then Craig Jones at a plus 180. So 1, 2, 3 is plus 130, plus 170, plus 180. And then you get to number 4, and that's where the interesting move comes into this. Now, this guy obviously came from the gi, but he's been training with Gordon and training with the New Wave guys with John Danaher for quite some time. Well, less than a year, but strictly no gi, basically. And that's Nicholas Mergali. He comes in at a plus 450 to win this division. I don't know. I think if you're going to put some money on it, that could be one you put money on, because look who he's training with. I'm not going to go with any of those guys to win it. I'm not going to go with Mergali. I'm not going to go with Samos. I'm not going to go with Duarte. I'm actually going to go with Craig Jones. I think he's been in with fire in his training room with the B team. I think he's been pushing the pace. I think he's got a score to settle with some of these guys. And I'm going to pick Craig Jones to win the 99 kilogram division at ADCC 22. You might hate me for that pick, but that's who I got. All right, let's move in to the plus 99 kilogram division. This is the one that everyone's going to be looking out for. Why? Because it features the king, Gordon Ryan. He might be the only one on paper that is a minus favorite. I haven't scrolled down to the women, but Gordon Ryan sits at a minus 400 for the plus 99 kilogram division. Below him is Felipe Pena, who's a plus 300. They just had a match. He quit in that match. You can check out my video going over the breakdown of that match and my thoughts on it. But we could see these guys meet. The way the brackets work, who knows? They could face each other, could come down to the finals. Then an interesting one at plus 400, we have Nick Rodriguez. And that one is very interesting because he trains with B Team, former teammate of Gordon Ryan. Will we see them on the same side of the bracket to start things off? Or will we see them meet in the finals? Could be a potential barn burner if you ask me. But you can't go against Gordon Ryan. He's going to win this whole division and then move on to the Absolute, where he will compete in the super fight against Andre Galvao. So we move to the women's under 60 kilogram division. The favorite at a plus 120 is Bianca Basilio. Can't go against her. She's on fire. She's looking great. She's no-gi grappler for days and doing what she does. But right below her at a plus 140, it's very close, is Fionn Davies. She won IBJJF Worlds and looked very good doing it. So these two, if they're on the opposite sides of the bracket, could meet in a barn burner of a final. I said that earlier for the plus 99 kilogram division, but I'm going to use the words again because these two, if they match up and they meet, it could be literal fireworks on the mats. So those are the two that I'm looking at in the finals. I don't know. It's a bit of a coin toss for me, if I'm going to be honest. A lot of people will pick Basilio to win it. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to pick Fionn Davies. Believe it or not, you may hate me. You may not like that pick, but that's who Jeremy Brand has. The final division before we get to the super fight, women's plus 60 kilogram division. Obviously, Gabby Garcia sits at a plus 120. Back in the day, she would have been a minus favorite, but she's a plus 120 and at the top of the heap to win this one. Rafaela Geddes is a plus 145, and then Kendall Reusing is a plus 325. I see a Kendall versus Gabby finals. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to pick the plus 325, and I'm going to go Kendall Reusing to win the plus 66 kilogram division for the women's, or plus 60 kilogram division for the women's. Gabby Garcia could get it done. She's a massive female who uses her pressure. She uses her game and uses it well. But sometimes that hasn't worked out in her favor. And I think Kendall, if she's able to attack the legs, if she's able to use her wrestling talent on top, she might be able to come out on top of this one. And that's where I'm going to go with this. So I take Kendall Reusing. You heard it here first. If she wins it, thank me for the plus 325 money. Finally, as I said, it's the super fight, the one everyone's looking for. The reason these ADCC 2022 will be the largest watched, if this fight actually plays out, or this match actually plays out, Andre Galvao, the current super fight champion, against Gordon Ryan, who won the absolute division in 2019, also still wants to compete in his weight class. You can't, again, go against Gordon. He's not coming into this one 100%. He's still got stomach issues. But we've seen what he's done, and we've seen his notoriety, and we've seen what he brings to the table. John Danaher has made magic out of a man who will go on to be arguably the best champion in the world. And he is going to have the crown placed back on his head. He will take that current super fight championship away from Andre Galvao, and he will get the job done. Barring no injuries, obviously, coming out of his weight division. But I can't see it going any other way. I think Gordon controls Galvao. I think he puts the pressure on him. As Gordon said on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Galvao is a guy who will shoot for a double leg. He'll get you down, and he'll get those 2 points to win the match. Gordon ain't going to let that happen. He's going to dictate the pace. He's going to dictate where this fight goes, and he's going to win it. You heard it. Everyone else will probably pick the same way unless they're Atos guys. But I'm going Gordon Ryan in the super finals, or super fight. I'm sure you are too.